Looking back on 2025, I've realized why getting dressed each day started to feel hard. But the good news is fixing it was actually very simple. And the interesting thing is, it's rarely about not having the right clothes or losing your sense of style. It's usually just some very simple mindset shifts and maybe some styling tweaks that will change it. So in this video, I want to share a few very simple shifts that have completely changed the way I approach getting dressed. Not trends, not shopping, just practical changes that have made everything feel easy again. One thing I realized is that style isn't separate from how we feel. When life feels heavy, decision-making feels even heavier. And getting dressed becomes just one more thing we have to deal with. And that's when confidence dips tend to start showing up in our wardrobe. And it's even when we can't really figure out why. And when your energy changes, your wardrobe needs to change to meet you where you are. And this is why we often feel a real disconnect. And just the simple thing of putting together an outfit becomes much harder. And this is definitely something that happened to me this year. I've definitely had my fair share of bumps in the road, and I know a lot of people have found 2025 particularly challenging. So the first real step for me was just acknowledging that my energy had changed. And if that resonates with you, maybe think about a small mindset shift. Try giving yourself permission to dress for ease first, instead of always striving for perfection. And I know that that gets in the way for me sometimes. I try and put together the perfect outfit instead of realizing that maybe I'm not feeling that great for whatever reason, and I need to adjust my own expectations. And this doesn't mean that you have to give up and always just dress for ease and practicality. It just means that you can take a little bit of the pressure off and give yourself a little bit of grace. Another big shift for me was letting go of dressing for the person that I used to be. We all hold on to clothes that make sense at another time, a different lifestyle or a different routine, but they no longer match exactly how we live now. And this mismatch creates friction every time you go into your wardrobe to get dressed. And making some small updates and being really honest with myself in terms of what my lifestyle looks like now went a really long way to making my wardrobe and my outfits feel more naturally aligned. And updating how you dress doesn't actually mean you have to completely reinvent yourself. It just means aligning your clothes with who you are now. What helped me navigate this was doing a very quick mental check-in with my week. And I'd encourage you to simply ask yourself, what do my days actually look like right now? And which clothes truly support that version of me? There may be a little bit of sadness, and for sure there is, and there certainly was a part of me that has gone through it sounds silly, but a little bit of a mourning process for the person that I used to be and the life that I perhaps used to live. But that doesn't mean that who I am now and what I've got ahead of me isn't as exciting. So I think once I realized that, it made it easier for me to be really honest about what clothes I need for the life that I live now. And this is exactly why I wrote my book, Shop Your Closet, 30 Days to Wearing and Loving All the Clothes You Own. Because so often we think we need new clothes, when what we really need is a clearer way to see and use the clothes we already own. My book walks you through how to easily reassess your wardrobe to suit your current lifestyle, build outfits from what you already have, and get dressed with a lot less friction. I'll link it in the description box below if you are looking for something practical to support exactly what we're talking about today. It'll cost you less than a trip to Chipotle, it will save you lots of time, and bring back the fun of fashion. I've got this theory that somewhere along the way, the whole idea of effortless styling became exhausting to try and recreate. There's almost this unspoken pressure to feel sort of polished and modern and stylish, or perhaps want to look that way all of the time, but that's just not realistic. So I decided to shift that focus and instead The focus was more on feeling comfortable, confident, and more supported by my clothes instead of the other way around, if that makes sense. What I truly believe is that good style should support your life, not demand energy from you that you don't have. And I don't know about you, but I don't have excess energy to be stressing about things that perhaps are not so important. Now, I'm not saying that clothes and fashion isn't important, because I do think it's a very simple way to uplift our spirits and make us feel and look good, and there's all of that that goes with it. But I do think sometimes it's really helpful to take some of that pressure off every day. So what I did was I stopped asking myself when I'd put together an outfit and I'd look in the mirror, I would stop asking myself the question of, does this look amazing? Do I look great? And instead I just kind of shifted that narrative. And when I would put together an outfit, I'd look at myself in the mirror and say, do I feel comfortable? Does this outfit make me feel confident? It's a really small shift, but framing it in this way just takes some of that pressure off. And I truly believe that once you don't feel that pressure to create these amazing stylish outfits every single day, it kind of allows some freedom to creep in, and the best creativity always happens, certainly for me, when I have that sense of freedom. So maybe try it yourself tomorrow. When you look in the mirror, ask yourself, does this outfit make me feel comfortable, and does it make me feel confident? I'd love to know, if you try this, what you think. And the next shift is small, but it's mighty. This next one really helped me when I felt that I had a bit of a mental block with creating lots of different outfits. This one was big, so instead of trying to create endless outfit combinations, I decided to focus on silhouettes. So it meant that I had fewer decisions to make, and getting dressed just seemed a whole lot calmer. And one of the things that I really started doing, and not feeling bad about it, that's key as well, is repeating some of the outfits that I created that made me feel great. So if you have any negative thoughts about outfit repeating, then put it aside. I truly believe that outfit repeating didn't make my style boring, it just made it, well, it made it stronger. Ease actually looks more stylish than constant reinvention. And it's a whole lot more affordable too. What I did notice when I started thinking about silhouettes more was I kept reaching for pieces with the same shape. The pieces that definitely just were easy to wear and made me feel comfortable. So instead of kind of fighting against that, I leant right into that. So if you're having a bit of a moment where you are struggling with the idea of getting dressed and putting together new and interesting outfits, grab those pieces that you are naturally drawn to, that always work for you, and lean harder into them. If it means that you have to repeat outfits on the regular, then so be it. And this next one is all about trends, and it's a really valuable one. Now, don't get me wrong, I still love trends. I always will. I'll follow trends, but I stopped wearing them quite so literally. So I might see a trend that I am really drawn to and I like, and instead of going all in, I translate the trends into my wardrobe by picking up, say, one small detail. It might be a fabric or a color or a shape, whatever it is. I tend to think more of trends as inspiration, not obligation. So the real takeaway for me with this kind of mindset shift is that we don't need more trends. We just need to filter them to work better for us. Now, if a trend catches my eye, I really just bring it through in one small detail. Say, for instance, chocolate. I'm wearing this chocolate brown shirt today. I know that chocolate is a huge color that's trending, and I've brought it in a shirt. It's got a little white pinstripe detail to this shirt just to kind of brighten it a little bit as well. But I'm not kind of feeling like I've got to go all in. This shirt is one that I wear regularly. I enjoy it, and it works back with pretty much everything else in my wardrobe, so I know I'm going to get some good wear out of it, and it's not a piece that I have to think too hard to wear. So you can try it yourself as well. Think about the trends, and yes, you may love them. It doesn't necessarily mean that they are going to work for you and your current lifestyle. But maybe you can look at or put a filter on them and grab a small detail of that trend, whether it's a color or a fabric or whatever that may be, and work that small detail into your daily outfits. Once I made these small changes and gave myself permission to follow these simple style tweaks and mindset shifts, I definitely felt that getting dressed was not only easier again, but it almost allowed me to enjoy having fun with dressing. There was less second guessing for me, there was less noise, and basically there was just more self-confidence. So what I can say is when your wardrobe works with your life and is aligned with your lifestyle, everything feels lighter. And if you try any of these shifts yourself, you may find that getting dressed is a little calmer. And I'd even go as far as saying just a little bit more intuitive, because I do believe that that's something that we also easily lose sight of. We forget to trust our own instincts, and our own instincts of whether something is working for us is the most powerful thing that we can rely on. And none of these are big dramatic changes. They're just small shifts that quietly add up. And if any part of this resonated with you, or you have something to add and share, please let me know in the comments below. And if you are a big fan of trends like me and you would like to practice what I've preached in this video of maybe filtering some of those trends and adapting small elements of them into your own wardrobe, then click or tap on the screen here and I'll see you in this video.